Your money is under attack. From AI-generated phishing emails that read like they were written by your closest colleagues, to fake investment apps that look more legitimate than your actual banking app, scammers are smarter, faster, and more global than ever before. But here's the undeniable truth. You can outsmart them. This isn't just another warning you scroll past. This is your new defense system. Welcome to your guide to scam-proofing your wallet. In the next few minutes, we will dissect the most advanced financial threats you'll face in 2025 and equip you with a playbook to make your finances untouchable. This is about more than just avoiding scams. It's about reclaiming your financial security in a world designed to compromise it. Why scams are evolving. So, why are scams evolving at such a breakneck pace heading into 2025? The game has fundamentally changed. We're no longer just dealing with poorly worded emails from a distant prince. The new wave of fraud is powered by sophisticated technology that was once the stuff of science fiction. AI-generated phishing emails can now perfectly mimic the tone, context, and even the in-jokes of your company's CEO or your family members. Fake investment platforms are spun up overnight, complete with slick user interfaces, glowing testimonials, and algorithm-driven promises of impossible returns. Perhaps most chillingly, deepfake impersonations mean that the voice on the phone or the face on a video call begging for emergency funds might not be your loved one at all, but a digital puppet controlled by a criminal. The financial commentary site, The Money Wagon, captured this new reality perfectly. Scammers are working overtime, and sadly, they're getting smarter, funnier in a bad way, and harder to detect. They are leveraging the very tools of innovation to exploit our deepest vulnerabilities: trust, ambition, and fear. The 5 most dangerous scams right now. To build an effective defense, you must know your enemy. According to McAfee's 2025 scam report, 5 types of scams are emerging as the most dangerous threats to your wealth right now. First are the fake crypto exchanges, which lure investors with promises of exclusive coin launches and guaranteed profits, only to vanish once enough funds have been deposited. Second, we see a rise in romance scams supercharged with AI avatars. Scammers create hyper-realistic, engaging online personas that build deep emotional connections over months before manufacturing a crisis that requires your financial help. Third is deepfake CEO fraud, a corporate nightmare where criminals use voice cloning technology to impersonate a high-level executive and authorize fraudulent wire transfers worth millions. Fourth, investment app clones are proliferating. These are pixel-perfect copies of legitimate financial apps that trick you into entering your login credentials, giving fraudsters direct access to your portfolio. Finally, there's QR code phishing, or quishing, where malicious QR codes placed in public spaces on parking meters, restaurant menus, or promotional flyers lead you to fake payment portals or install malware on your device with a simple scan. How scammers use AI, deepfakes, and social engineering. The engine behind these sophisticated attacks is a toxic cocktail of artificial intelligence, deepfakes, and timeless social engineering. AI voice cloning can now replicate a person's voice with just a few seconds of audio, making it terrifyingly easy to stage a fake kidnapping call or a plea for help from a family member. These technological tools are then deployed using emotion-based manipulation. Scammers don't just ask for money. They create high-stakes emotional scenarios. They prey on your greed with a guaranteed investment, your ambition with a dream job offer, or your compassion with a heart-wrenching story of personal tragedy. Fake job offers have become a particularly insidious vector for these attacks. A professional-looking LinkedIn message leads to a series of convincing interviews, culminating in an offer letter. But embedded within the onboarding documents or a link to a secure portal is malware designed to siphon your personal and financial data. There's a universal rule of thumb that cuts through the complexity. If it feels urgent, intensely emotional, or simply too good to be true, it is almost certainly a scam. Pause, breathe, and investigate. How to spot red flags instantly. Your intuition is a powerful tool, but it needs to be trained to spot the specific red flags that give these scams away. First, always be wary of generic greetings. A legitimate bank or company will almost always address you by your full name, not "Dear Customer" or "Valued User." Second, scrutinize every link before you click. Hover your cursor over hyperlinks in emails to see the actual destination URL. Scammers often use lookalike domains that differ by a single letter. Third, be extremely suspicious of any request for urgency or secrecy. Phrases like, "Act now before it's too late," or "Please don't tell anyone about this," are classic manipulation tactics designed to short-circuit your critical thinking. To fortify your defenses, integrate powerful tools into your digital life. Use scam spotting checklists to methodically verify requests for money or information. Install browser extensions that automatically flag malicious websites and phishing attempts. These tools act as your digital co-pilot, alerting you to dangers you might otherwise miss. Global case studies. Understanding that scams are not a one-size-fits-all problem is crucial. They are culturally and technologically specific. In the United States, we're seeing a surge in deepfake-powered job interviews for remote positions, sophisticated IRS scams that spoof official phone numbers, and romance scams that have bilked citizens out of billions. Across the Pacific, China is battling widespread internet fraud, corporate hacking, and business-to-business scams where fraudulent invoices are sent from compromised email accounts. Throughout Asia, a particularly cruel scam known as pig butchering has become rampant. Scammers build long-term trust, fattening the pig, before convincing the victim to invest their life savings into a fraudulent platform. This is often combined with job scams that lure individuals to other countries with false promises, only to trap them in forced labor camps where they are made to carry out scams themselves. In India, the landscape is complex, with criminals leveraging WhatsApp for fake investment groups, using hacking to blackmail individuals, and even creating fake arrest warrants from non-existent police departments to extort money. In Nigeria, the rapid adoption of digital finance has led to a corresponding rise in mobile money fraud and the proliferation of fake fintech apps on unofficial app stores. In South Africa, high-yield investment scams promising to beat market volatility find fertile ground. And in the way, the booming real estate market is targeted with sophisticated real estate phishing schemes and fake visa portals that prey on expatriates and investors. The key insight here is that scams adapt to local systems, regulations, and cultural norms. Therefore, your defenses must be just as localized and adaptive. The Scam-Proof Playbook. This brings us to the Scam-Proof Playbook, your actionable strategy for building an impenetrable financial fortress. First, enable multi-factor authentication (MFA) on every single account that offers it: your email, your bank, your social media, everything. This is the single most effective step you can take to protect your digital life. A stolen password becomes useless if the thief doesn't also have your phone or fingerprint. Second, develop a habit of radical verification. Before downloading any app, verify its developer and read reviews from multiple trusted sources. Before clicking any link or scanning any QR code, double-check that the URL is legitimate and the source is trustworthy. If you receive an urgent request for money from a loved one, call them back on a known, trusted number to confirm. Third, become an active participant in the fight against fraud. Report every scam attempt to the relevant local authorities and platforms. This provides them with the data needed to shut down fraudulent operations and protect others. Utilize free, powerful tools like scamspotter.org for tutorials, Google Safe Browsing, which is built into Chrome, and the real-time transaction alerts offered by your bank. Conclusion and closing. We must recognize that scams don't just steal your money. They steal your peace of mind, your trust in others, and your sense of security. They can inflict deep and lasting emotional wounds. But you are not powerless. Knowledge is your firewall. Skepticism is your shield. By understanding the tactics of modern scammers and implementing the strategies in this playbook, you are not just protecting your bank account, you are defending your future. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and protect what you have worked so hard to earn. Grow relentlessly.